the things that not only that we tell ourselves, but that we subscribe to. So as we know, like social media and just the media in general is constantly feeding us like how we should look and the quick and easy ways to lose weight and to be healthy and defining what healthy is for us. And it's like you have to define that for yourself.
Hey everyone, this is Aaron and Juwan, and you're listening to Wellness for Real People. This show is for people who are busy, on the go, and looking for ways to live their best lives. We interview experts in mindfulness, exercise, diet, and sleep, and provide quick, actionable tactics to improve your health and wellness. We're not perfect, but we're trying to get a little better each day. Let's grow together on this journey.
Today, we're talking about exercise habits and the top ways for you to get fit or stay fit in 2023. Brittney Reese, co-founder of Fit and New, shares her top habits to adopt, what people get wrong in their fitness journey, and what you can do today to achieve your goals. Let's get into the show.
All right. Welcome, Brittney Reese, co-founder of Fit and New, to the show. Thank you so much for doing this. We're super excited to have you on here to share some wisdom. As we head into 2023, a lot of people are focused on their health, their fitness, their wellness. So I feel like it's perfect time to have you on here to talk more about goal setting, some of the objectives, how to stay fit or how to get fit for the first time. So we're super excited to have you on for our listeners. So thank you so much for doing this show. And we're going to jump right into it. So for the people that don't know you, tell us about the work you do today and kind of give us your journey on how you got here to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first, thank you for having me. I'm excited to speak to this topic. So I am co-founder and head fitness coach of Fit and New. We are Colorado's first fitness and nutrition club for women of color. And we got our start, and when I say we, I'm referring to my sister and I. She's our head nutrition coach. We got our start almost 8 years ago now. Really, it came from a backpacking trip across Central America. So my sister and I were doing a soul searching trip, trying to just find what it is that we wanted to do next in our lives. And we knew that we wanted to really create some type of impact. And during this trip, we found ourselves, I guess you could say, kind of latching on to the impact of food and fitness through our own personal journeys. So me personally, I had just quit my job working as a membership advisor at a gym in Brooklyn. And I was really trying to learn more about the body and how to mold it back to like how I was when I was a high school athlete. And fitness was just the way that made sense for me since I love being active. My sister, she was on a food journey. So she was trying to find ways to heal her body through food. And then from that, we were like, you know what? We need to bring this back to the States, back to our community to empower other women like ourselves who are also on the soul searching journey of wellness and trying to better themselves. And yeah, Fit and New came about.
Oh, that's exciting. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, tell us a little bit more too, just about, what are your top 3 habits, tips, tricks to get fit and stay fit?
Oh, well, so we are definitely big on healthy habit formation. So we have a number of habits that we encourage our clients to follow, but our approach is broken down into 3 different areas, which I think are the best top 3 tips to follow. First is discover. So when you're embarking on any type of wellness journey or journey at all, it all starts with awareness and doing the work to really discover one, what is it that you want to accomplish? So identifying your goals and getting as clear as possible with your goals. 2, discover where you're currently at. So it's kind of like a GPS. You got to know where you're at to know how to get to where you want to go. And with that, that's knowing your numbers. So going to the doctor, getting your blood work done, getting your blood pressure, and actually asking what those numbers are and understanding them, as well as your body composition. So at Fit and New, we do body composition analysis, which includes your body weight, your body fat percentage, your muscle mass, your visceral fat, your water levels. It breaks it down on so many levels. And from that, we're able to identify if there's any deficiencies in the body, or if you're experiencing more of a visceral fat increase, which puts you at risk for cardiovascular and diabetes. So knowing that is going to be step one, identifying where you're at. Step two, or tip two, is going to be planning. So once you know, then you have to put a plan in place. They say like you have to actually plan to succeed. If you don't plan, then you're planning to fail. So understanding, like taking those numbers and then saying like, okay, based on understanding my body, what do I need to do to accomplish my goal? One thing with that awareness is like understanding your body type. And there's 3 main body types that you could identify with. And from there, there's a fitness formula and a nutrition formula that you can follow. And that is your plan. That's a good starting plan for you. And then the third tip is activated. So it's go, just go, like put everything in motion. There's nothing more you could do other than just start doing it. And sometimes that go is just, okay, that self-talk every day, motivating yourself, or maybe investing in new workout gear, new shoes, just start taking the action towards the actual movement. And then from there, implementing everything else.
Oh, that's amazing. I think I struggle too with, sometimes I feel like I have to have like this really like transformational moment where I go from 0 to 100 and I'm like working out like crazy 6 days a week and trying to do too much. But it sounds like that's probably like not the best approach, right?
Yeah, you don't want to take that all or nothing mentality, because it's all about creating sustainable change. And as we know, when you take that all or nothing, it's not sustainable. You're in the moment, you have that momentum, but it's like you haven't done the work to actually create different ways to overcome the barriers that are going to come, into place as you start to lose that momentum.
No, it totally makes sense. And that kind of leads us into our topic of what are 3 things people should stop, or the three things that stop people from achieving their fitness goals.
I would say number 1 is the stories that we tell ourselves. And that's just going to like that self-talk, the things that not only that we tell ourselves, but that we subscribe to. So as we know, like social media and just the media in general is constantly feeding us like how we should look, and the quick and easy ways to lose weight and to be healthy, and defining what healthy is for us. And it's like you have to define that for yourself, because everybody has a different body, which means everybody is different. And acknowledging that is a big part of like understanding what your story is, and rewriting that story. So being positive is the step 1. And then I think after that is just making sure that your environment is conducive for you to actually achieve your goals. And when I'm talking about environment, it's everything from like the air that you breathe to the place that you're in physically, where you stay, where you live, where you work. Is it causing a lot of stress? Are there a lot of toxic people and, relationships and messaging and all that around you? Like our body internalizes all of that. It's absorbing that. And that's what causes dis-ease, is when we just internalize the things from our environment and it settles in and turns into disease. So checking your environment, checking the people around you. Are they people who you aspire to be like, or are they people who are actually holding you back from, becoming who you want to be? So community is a big part of it. And you said 3?
Yeah, if you can't, I feel like those were big. Those were powerful.
Yeah.
I feel like those are powerful.
Yeah. Fitness and wellness, a lot of people are thinking about the tangible things, but it's like you have to really start with the intangible first. Because every day we make the decision to, pursue these healthier habits or not. And just that decision alone, that's intangible, it's just kind of like going off on a belief. So starting there is a good place.
Brittney,
That's
can you
awesome.
talk a little bit more about community and how important that is, having the right community around you to help you achieve your goals?
Yes, that I feel like that's like vital to any type of growth, whether it's with your health or financial growth or professional or whatever it may be. But um, they say we are who we surround ourselves with. So if everyone around you is motivating and really like doing the things that you aspire to do, 9 times out of 10 you're going to become that person. And I know it's hard, especially for the demographic that Fit New serves, women of color. Most of them are the matriarchs. They're the decision makers around food and activities and all of that. And in the household, you have so many different personalities that you're managing and people that you're managing, from kids to like partners. And it's like, okay, you can only dictate so much with that. So with knowing that you have that influence as the matriarch, it's a matter of like leading out and leading by example, with knowing that your community, your family, your household is watching. And then from there, they are most likely going to pick it up. But in other cases, for like younger women who aren't necessarily like the matriarchs of their family, and they're around their peer group, like if they're constantly just eating poorly and not really prioritizing their health, that's going to be something that is adopted. So choosing your friends wisely is always big. Or even reaching out to like different meetup groups, Facebook groups, running groups, whatever it may be, just to have that in your weekly routine. So it's just kind of like opening your eyes on a weekly basis. It's like you're just getting that refresher of like, okay, this is the goal. This is the goal, because it's what you're surrounding yourself with.
Awesome. And can you tell us a little bit more about kind of how you all build community at Fit and New, and how you've seen that transform the lives of your clients and the women that you serve?
Yeah, so we like to call our community our sisterhood, our family. One, we're a family-owned business, but anyone that becomes a member, they then become our family. And the way that we do that, one, we curated a space, a physical space, that's located in Aurora, specifically to be bright and welcoming and like without all like that pressure and kind of salesy feel. Like honestly, it's a vibe. Like you come into Fit and New, it's like you see the colors, we have the scents, you have the music, you see sisters at the desk welcoming you like, hey girlfriend, welcome, whatever it is you need. We have a lounge area where you could just chill and relax. We open that up for our clients to come and work from if they just need a place to escape to. We have a meditation room, which we encourage them to do after each workout. And then we have our training rooms and our coaching quarters. But the space was just thoughtfully curated, with knowing that like us as women, we're constantly overstimulated and overworked by our environment that seems to be dictated by everyone else. So it's like, let's create a space that offers some type of freedom and relief and just like serenity. And then with that space, we then had to, and I guess you could say in response to COVID, we then had to recreate that in a virtual world. And so now we have an app called, well, we have two apps, Fit and New Coach and Fit and New Coach. Is the actual app where our members live, where we have a members lounge inside there. So it's kind of like our own social media platform where everybody's sharing their glows and lows and, supporting each other, high-fiving, shouting each other out, taking selfies when they're like doing 5Ks or out with their family, you know, for walks, or they also do food journaling. So showing the different meals they're eating, different recipes, which we provided them with monthly recipe packs. So they're showing like, hey, look, I made this recipe from the pack. And just seeing that you have other women that's going through the same journey is beautiful. And even on the virtual platform, you see women connecting and they've never actually connected in person before, but they're like, oh, girl, like, you know, really rooting for each other. And I think that has just allowed for our members to know that, one, they're not alone in this, because I know this is a very vulnerable, you know, lonely journey sometimes, but it's like, I'm not alone. And then on top of that, they have community within their coaches, as well as the ladies and our partners that we partner with, like Vibe Tribe Adventures and Black Girls Hike, where they can extend that community and, you know, to share all the things that they're learning. So it's definitely helped with their stress levels and managing that. Also their mood, you know, providing that, what I call the daily dose, DOSE, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. Just making that connection provides that.
As a business owner and mom of two, I needed something better than coffee to wake me up in the morning. The excess sugars and crash that came in the afternoon just weren't cutting it for me. Since I started drinking Khandu's Energy and Focus Tea, I definitely find that I have more sustained energy than I did with coffee. I love that this loose leaf tea is made out of natural ingredients from all over the world. It provides me energy and focus and tastes absolutely delicious. Shop Khandu Tea today. Your brain will thank you.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. That's wonderful.
Very nice. Yeah. I'll just ask this one question. What's one surprising or counterintuitive thing that people get wrong about achieving their fitness goals?
Well, because I specialize in fitness for women, the number one thing is strength training is going to bulk me up and make me look like a man. And as a fitness coach, I'm constantly, you know, debunking that myth of, you know, like, oh, I don't want to do weights. I just stick to cardio because it's going to make me look like a man. And I don't want to look like that. So that is false. The only way that you would, I guess, quote unquote, look like a man is if you're actively taking testosterone, which you'll see a lot of like bodybuilders, professional bodybuilders, you know, they take enhancements. But an average woman who is implementing strength training into their routine, it's not going to do that. If anything, strength training helps to build muscle and burn fat. It increases your metabolism, so you're able to burn more at rest. And so I have to constantly remind our ladies, like, we need that muscle mass. For every pound of muscle that you gain, you burn an additional 70 calories at rest. And so when I put that in perspective, they're like, oh, shoot. Like, yeah. Okay, so let me get my weight up so I can start burning more when I'm not doing nothing on the days that I feel like just chilling. So I would say that's the biggest one amongst women.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, a big myth, and I'm glad that you're able to like dispel that and help your help your clients see the other side of it, the positive side of it. I guess that led me to this other question I've been thinking about is, can you talk about the synergies you found through combining the fitness and the nutrition, and how that approach has really helped create better outcomes for your clients, as opposed to a lot of folks who just focus on the fitness side, or other folks who just focus on the nutrition, but having that integrated, especially with your sister, you know, that's just so many connections. It's a beautiful thing. So I just want to explore that a little bit more.
Yeah. So, to be honest, like when we first got our start, and I didn't mention this in the story, the background story, but we started being Zumba instructors. That was kind of our entryway when we left Central America, because we got certified in Zumba in Central America. And a lot of our participants, our Zumba participants, were like, surely y'all just aren't doing Zumba to stay healthy and in shape. You know, they saw us transform in front of their eyes. And we're like, yeah, no, we definitely do more than Zumba. And they're like, well, what is it? We're like, well, your nutrition, like it's really 80% of what you're eating. And, you know, the fitness part, the movement part is, you know, that's just the part, that's kind of like the cherry on top. That's just necessary, you know, to keep us maintaining essentially. And so that's when Jocelyn, my sister, she actually started a juice company called Pure Heart Juice, and she started to sell her organic cold pressed juices. And she was then educating our clients on like juicing and cleansing and the difference between that and how to get your nutrients in if you're not getting it in your meals. And so many of our clients, just from adding in juice into their routine, into their eating style, started to see a difference in addition to doing Zumba twice a week. And so like fast forward to today, Jocelyn is a nutritionist who she really talks about the food on your plate and off of your plate and how necessary that is to achieve balance. And when I say the food on your plate and off your plate, there's your primary foods, which are actually those things that I was talking about that's intangible. So the things that feed into our soul and what makes us happy, like joy, relationship, faith, even in your career, your finances, your home environment. So we really focus on those. It's the total of 12 dimensions of life, and understand how these areas are feeding you and fulfilling you. And that informs the secondary foods, which are the foods physically on your plate that you're eating. Because if we have imbalances in those primary foods, guess what? We're going to just be eating crap. You know, we just kind of go to what we need. We start eating to our mood, you know, food mood in a bad way. And so tying that in, that integrative approach to food with fitness has really opened our clients' eyes to understand that this isn't just about doing one or the other. Like it really is about balance. And I feel like that's something that's overlooked or often not spoken about in like a lot of these trends, you know, bad trends. It's not really about balance. It's just either like, all right, let's do this, you know, 90-day challenge of working out twice a day and like killing ourselves and eliminating foods opposed to eating more of good food. And again, that's not sustainable. So the education behind like the integration of food and fitness and making sure that your food complements your fitness is the foundation of Fit and New. And a lot of people kind of come to us like, well, I need to get cute real quick. Like I need to lose this weight quick. And we're like, we're not for you then, because this is a process. We have a lot of like unlearning that we're doing, you know, in this process. And it's like, yeah, we can give you the tools for you to lose that real quick, but then you're gonna be coming back mad in a month saying I gained it all back and then some. And it's like, yeah, because you didn't do the work. You didn't see the importance of achieving the balance and complementing your food with your fitness.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I guess one last thing I want to jump on since we're going down that path that we haven't talked about yet is we noticed you're doing a lot of amazing work with like pre-diabetes and trying to help people prevent or manage diabetes. I know that's a big issue, you know, in our communities, but you know, people of color, Black and brown communities. So can you talk a little bit more about how you got into that work and how all of this approach is helping your clients hopefully prevent and manage these issues well?
Yeah. So women and women of color, especially, well, I'll say Black women are the highest at risk for diabetes. And a lot of this has to do with just culturally, as far as the food that we eat, and just culturally, like how the strong Black woman syndrome has kind of taken a turn and been adopted across our culture. It's literally killing us. And that was something that would come up every time that we would do discovery sessions with our clients, is how like they didn't know what to do or how to change it, because it's all that they know, because it's literally ingrained in us that, like, as Black women, you got to be strong, you got to take this on, you got to do this, or not even you got to, it's life kind of just shapes into that, to where we're like forced to take care of everyone else and neglect ourselves, which includes neglecting, taking care of ourselves with food and fitness. And so we realized that we need to really get to the root of the issue. And that's really focusing on, well, what's causing us to be at high risk. And because the top two diseases for Black women that we're dying from are diabetes and heart disease. Those were the two that we decided to focus on. So from that, we partnered with the CDC, well, actually Colorado Public Health Department by way of CDC, and we started to offer their National Diabetes Prevention Program. And with this program, it's a 12-month long curriculum-based program that talks about everything from nutrition to fitness to stress management, to even getting support. And we took that and we added our flavor and our expertise to it, as well as that third piece of our approach, that action, that activation, by actually extending and offering the services that we're encouraging them to, partake in. We actually offer it. Whereas a lot of diabetes prevention programs in the area, they're just offering the education. But we noticed that needing the support throughout the entire journey is what's vital to us as Black women to actually completing the journey, because we're often neglected, So here we are. We're going on our I think 5th cycle of our diabetes prevention program, which we have called ours Fit Over 30. And the CDC has applauded us for our success with it. They see how, one, we're doing something that a lot of organizations are struggling with doing, which is just getting the interest, getting women to actually be courageous enough to sign up for it. And a big part of that is representation, and also just being culturally responsive and sensitive to all of the things, like the historical things that has caused us to be at risk.
That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Incredible work.
Yeah, I was saying like the Fit Over 30 thing too is like, my wife saw that when I was like just researching, like everything to prepare for this interview. And then she was like, what is that? I want to see that. I want to get involved in that. So she was like super excited about that too. So I think it's a real issue, it's like something that, we're dealing with. So we can talk offline about that, but yeah, something like is super interesting to her too.
Yes. Have her reach out to us. We would love to talk to her. And everything that I shared before about that community, that's extended to all of those participants who are in Fit Over 30. And we're going to be reworking it come 2023. We're going to make it even more convenient and accessible for our members, because our goal is to always set them up for success. And we realized, we're booked and busy, so we got to meet our ladies where they're at to keep that momentum going, and just keep the support big, keep it growing.
Love it. Awesome. We talked about so much today, covered a lot. What's one thing you would leave with our audience today that you'd like them to take away from this interview?
Yes. So as a boss, I want to encourage every listener out there to become the boss of their bodies. I I think that's something that we don't really think about. Like, wait, what? Like it's my body. So yeah, of course, I have ownership of it, but I want to encourage y'all to be the boss of your body, meaning you are the one who's advocating the most for your health. You're the one, you're making your numbers and, your progress, your business. You're not just leaving it up to your doctor or whomever you may be seeing. You need to own it. You need to own every part of it. Just like how in a business, you got to know your key performance indicators. You need to know that for your body too. And knowing that is what's going to get you to your goals and keep you sustainable in your journey as well, to staying healthy. So be the boss of your body, boss up.
Love it.
Love it. Awesome. And if anyone, when they see this, they want to connect with you and work with you and the things that you guys do, where do you suggest we send them to connect with you?
Yes, so we're all over all of the social medias. Instagram, you can find us at Fit and New, so FITANDNU. Also on Facebook, Fit and New. You could go to our website, fitandnew.com. If you want to learn more about our diabetes prevention program, Fit Over 30, you could go to fitandnew.com/fitover30.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brittney. Really appreciate your time today. We're just super excited to stay connected to you. Juwan, any last words or anything else?
No, thank you, Brittney. This is beautiful, and I know it's going to help so many people. I just want to applaud you and give you your flowers for all the amazing work that you are doing, you and your sister, and just want to continue to see you thrive and have incredible, abundant success in 2023 and beyond.
Thank you. No, I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you for what you are doing, and I want some more tea.
I got you.
Gotcha.
Thanks, Brittney.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Wellness for Real People. Please hit subscribe and see us again soon for future episodes.